Hello dear learners, I welcome you all to the today's video lecture on the stability and storage of general anesthetics from pharmaceutical chemistry. As you all know from the repeatedly asked questions, we have seen that the stability and storage of few of the chapters like antibiotics as well as anesthetics is really very important. So coming towards the stability and storage of some of the general anesthetics, the important one amongst them are, first is cyclopropane, second is nitrous oxide, then coming towards the other such as diethyl ether, chloroform, halothane. As you all know, diethyl ether, if you will recall the classification which we have covered in the earlier video, diethyl ether belongs to ether class. It can be administered by intravenous also. It belongs to ether class from non-barbiturates, as well as from inhalation it belongs to liquid class. Then chloroform is again a halogenated hydrocarbon, and along with halogenated hydrocarbon it belongs to inhalation liquid class also. Then halothane is again a halogenated hydrocarbon. And coming towards the cyclopropane and nitrous oxide, both are gases which are administered by inhalation route. So these 5 drugs stability storage, or 5 general anesthetic agents stability storage, is really very important. So to start with the cyclopropane, as the first point says, it should be stored in metal cylinders. Now metal cylinders are mandatory because cyclopropane is incompatible with plastic and rubber material, because of which metal cylinders are mandatory, and they are designed, the metal cylinders are designed to hold the compressed gas. As in house you can see your LPG, wherever the cylinders are getting distributed, they are having the same color. So same way cyclopropane should also have a designated color for its easy identification. So the designated color for the cyclopropane is orange color, and it is made up of metal. The cylinder is made up of metal, and it is designed to hold the compressed gases. It should be stored in cool place and free from inflammable material, because since it's flammable, if it comes in contact, then it can catch the fire. Then the second point, the cylinder should be painted in orange color. Now orange color is the designated color, as we have discussed, for the storage of cyclopropane. So as you can see in the image, see the color of the cylinder is orange color. Then the name of the gas, that is cyclopropane, it is embossed on the cylinder, along with this is the medical BP grade cyclopropane, which is flammable. Then they also mention net weight, what is the weight of this cylinder. So first is, it is metal cylinder, yes it is metal cylinder. Then it is orange colored, yes orange colored. And the next point is, the cylinder should be stenciled with the name or symbol C3H6. So as you can see in the image, the name is written, that is cyclopropane. So the name cyclopropane can also be written, or it can have the symbol C3H6, that is the formula of cyclopropane. So cylinder should be stenciled with the either name or the formula, and it should be clearly stamped on the cylinder valve. So these are the 2 important points which you should mention when you are talking about the stability and storage. And the third is, since it is incompatible with the plastic and rubber material, so it should not be stored in the same. That means the plastic and rubber material contact should be avoided due to the compatibility issues. So metal cylinder is designated, and it holds the compressed gas of cyclopropane. Then coming towards the nitrous oxide, it is same. First point is same for both cyclopropane as well as nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide also to be stored in the metal cylinder, which is designed to hold the compressed gases. So this nitrous oxide is also in the form of compressed gas and which is stored in the metal cylinder. It is also to be kept in a cool place free from the inflammable material. Whereas the nitrous oxide, it should be painted in blue color. Now as you can see here, the cylinders which are of blue color, it holds nitrous oxide, and orange color holds cyclopropane. So the cylinder should be painted in blue color and the cylinder should be stenciled with the name, that is nitrous oxide, or the symbol, that is the formula, that is N2O. So it should be stenciled either with the symbol, that is the formula, or its name, and it should be clearly stamped on the cylinder valve. And third point is not there for the nitrous oxide like cyclopropane, the compatibility issues. So nitrous oxide, metal cylinder, again it holds the compressed gas to be stored in the cool place free from the inflammable material. You can make this as points. Then blue color metal cylinders are designated for nitrous oxide and the symbol or the name should be stenciled. This is done with the stability and storage of both cyclopropane as well as nitrous oxide. These are the metal cylinders which actually look like made up of metal. Cyclopropane orange color, stenciled or embossed with name or formula. Weight is also mentioned, and same is with the nitrous oxide. Now coming towards the some other important agents, general anesthetic agents, which are important in the exam from the stability and storage point of view. The diethyl ether. Now diethyl ether, stability, storage, and how to overcome the stability issues. For the same reason we have the preservation remedies. So stability, first point says that on exposure to air and light, it leads to formation of peroxides. Diethyl ether, on oxidation in presence of air and light, it forms peroxides. So coming towards the reaction, this reaction you need not to mention, but this is just for your understanding that from how diethyl ether on oxidation, oxygen addition takes place, and from oxygen how peroxide formation take place. So this is diethyl ether, CH2CH3, CH2CH3 and O. Then this across this oxygen on this bond, this OOH, that is diethyl hydroperoxide is there, and from diethyl hydroperoxide, that is diethyl ether hydroperoxide, the peroxide will be formed. So this will get combined, this O and the bond O. Then again on further oxidation, next oxygen will get added and the chain will continue. So we have written here, we have mentioned N. So diethyl ether forms peroxides, as you can see in the reaction on atmospheric oxidation in presence of air and light. Then next point is, since they lead to formation of peroxide by atmospheric oxidation, they should be stored in dry airtight container. Since air and light affects the degradation, or the air and light is responsible for the degradation, it should be stored in airtight container and cool place, as well as it should be protected from the light. And if the cork is used as a closure, then it should be protected from the metal foil. Protected with the metal foil. Next, preservation. Now preservation includes, since it undergoes oxidation, definitely we need to add some antioxidants to it to retard the degradation. So few of the antioxidants such as propyl gallate or hydroxyquinone are added to retard the degradation of the diethyl ether by oxidation. The propyl gallate and hydroxyquinone, the suitable proportion is mandatory, and that proportion is 0.002% weight by volume of either propyl gallate or hydroxyquinone. So these two antioxidants can be added when the diethyl ether is to be packed, or the diethyl ether is to be stored to prevent the atmospheric oxidation. Then coming towards the next general anesthetic agent, that is chloroform, which belongs to the liquid class. The first point, on exposure to air and light, it leads to formation of chlorine and phosgene gas. Now when it was concerned with diethyl ether, same, in presence of air and light on oxidation was forming peroxides. And when it comes to chloroform, since the formula, now here ether, there was a scope that oxygen will catch one or more oxygen and it will get oxidized and it will form peroxide, since oxygens will increase. Now in case of chloroform, if you will see the formula of chloroform, that is CHCl3, when oxygen will get added, air and light, when oxidation will take place, this chlorine will separate and phosgene gas formation will take place, which is highly poisonous. Now we'll see this with the help of the reaction. Now as you can see here, chloroform, when oxygen or when oxidation takes place, the phosgene gas means chlorine, this hydrogen, now here there is only scope that hydrogen can be replaced and the oxygen will take place, the place of the hydrogen. So here CHCl3, so instead of CHCl3 here COCl2 is there, because HCl has been removed and phosgene gas formation took place. Now this phosgene gas formation, if you will see, again it is having further scope, since two chlorines are there, that two chlorines can get again substituted. Now on further oxidation, you can see the change in the formula, that one chlorine, this Cl, C double bond O is there, and one chlorine is been replaced by further oxidation from alcohol, that OC2H5 came here instead of one chlorine, and this hydrogen went with chloride, that is HCl it has formed. So first step also it is forming HCl, second step also it is forming HCl, so two step oxidation is there, and further it can form various products, but here we are only concerned with the phosgene gas. So coming towards the description, this chloroform on oxidation will form phosgene gas, which is nothing but COCl2, and chlorine will get separated by HCl removal. So chloroform, since again it is unstable in presence of air and light, so it should be stored in airtight container in a cool place. Along with that, it should be protected from light. Then next point says, since preservation remedy in case of diethyl ether was addition of antioxidant, here you can add simply a small amount of alcohol which will retard this degradation. Now coming towards the third point, that is halothane, or third general anesthetic, that is halothane. Halothane, when undergoes degradation in presence of light, upon exposure of UV radiation, it will form same as that of chloroform. It was forming halogen, that is chlorine and phosgene gas. So here halothane is forming halogen and halogen acids. Now to see this with the help of reaction, see here the halothane, the structure is 2-bromo, 2-chloro, 1,1,1 trifluoroethane. So this hydrogen, again here also there is a scope for hydrogen. Upon oxidation, the hydroxy will take place, the hydrogen will get substituted with the hydroxy, and this hydroxy means as per the scheme of the oxidation of alcohol, which you know, alcohol further oxidized to aldehydes, aldehydes further oxidized to corresponding acids. So this way this alcohol will get converted to C double bond O, and this chlorine will again get substituted, same as that was in case of chloroform, and this COOH will become halogen acid and halogen will get separated, that is chloride will get separated. Bromine has already been separated. Here OH, instead of OH, the double bond O took place, and this bromine has detached and it has become HBr. So according to the statement that halothane undergoes when it undergoes light exposure or upon light exposure, that is specifically UV radiation exposure, it forms halogen and halogen acids. Now halothane, same, since it is unstable in presence of light, it should be protected from the light, and the temperature of storage should not be more than 28 degrees Celsius. It should always be stored below 28 degrees Celsius. And again, to retard this degradation, a suitable proportion of preservative can be added, which is nothing but, for example, thymol in the concentration of 0.01% weight by weight. So suitable proportion of 0.01% weight by weight thymol is added as a preservative to retard the degradation of halothane. So this was with the degradation scheme of all general anesthetics which are important from the exam point of view. So this is the general structure of halothane. First and second, it is second position bromo chloro, 2 bromo 2 chloro, and first position all three are fluorides, fluorine, so 111 trifluoroethane. Halothane is a liquid. Since we have studied under the classification, it is from the inhalation class, it belongs to the liquid class. It is colorless heavy liquid which is having a characteristic odor, and it is soluble in alcohol as well as slightly soluble in water. Inhalation route say general anesthesia, it is administered, and it can be induced, anesthesia can be induced within 2 to 10 minutes, and along with that it is having a good recovery, and as well as it is very much potent than ether comparatively, and it is having other properties also, that it is chemically inert as well as it is less toxic. And thiopentone, which belongs to barbiturate class. So thiopentone uses are also important. So from last 2-3 chapters we are studying, from where we have started the drugs acting on CNS. In case of sedative, hypnotic, tranquilizers, it includes the barbiturate candidates. So barbiturates, since thiopentone, you can see the use, it can also act as hypnotic. It is a weak analgesic as well as weak muscle relaxant, and it is administered as a general anesthetic agent through intravenous route, and it is having a shorter duration of action of 30 minutes. Along with this all uses, it is also used from the tranquilizer chapter. We have seen that it is also used as anti-epileptic, which controls the convulsions. So with this we finish with few of the important general anesthetics which are important from the stability and storage point of view. Thank you.